What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a full glam moment, something I haven't done in a while, but I was super inspired by the Natasha Denona Glam palette. So if you guys like to see what's inside here and how we got this look, then keep on watching. All right, so I'm gonna put the hair back really quick with these amazing hair clips that I got from Amazon. If you don't know about them, now you know. They do not kink the hair, so they're absolutely amazing. To prep the eyes, I'm gonna be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Light Beige, and then just going to lightly set it afterwards. For today's palette, I'm so excited. We are going to be using the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I'm so excited that she came out with something like this because, as I mentioned before on my Instagram multiple times, and probably here on YouTube as well, we don't see a lot of cool tone neutral palettes anymore. So I'm so happy to get my hands on this. I have the bronze palette and now I have this, and I feel like both of them together just makes a beautiful complete set for any type of look that you want to create. So we're going to create a nice smoky glam look for today, and I could not be more excited. I have not played with tones like these in so long. So let's get started. One quick thing that I do want to point out before we get started, if you guys have already seen this palette, it actually doesn't have any names on it. So the names on here are what that you would typically do when you're doing your makeup. So you have blend, smoke, lash line, inner corner, crease, transition. She did this so that it's a little bit easier for when you look at a palette, you kind of know what to do and where to put certain shades and things like that. So I thought it was really cool. It's a really great beginner friendly use, just in case you kind of get a little stuck. Sometimes you see a palette and I'm like, where do I even start? So I thought that was really neat. Starting off, I'm gonna grab my Colourpop E2 brush and we're gonna dip into this shade right here called Blend. Now, just keep in mind, you don't have to follow the rules when it comes to this palette, but if you are a beginner, this will definitely be a little bit easier for you to follow along, but you can just use whatever color wherever you'd want it. So I'm gonna take that Blend shade and I'm just gonna put that all in the upper crease area and then through the crease as well. And then I'm just going to push it into my brows and we're going to sweep it to the end of the eye. Now within the second shade, you can see how beautiful these are, super easy to blend. I'm obsessed with her shadows, if you haven't noticed that already. If you've seen like other videos of mine or if you follow me on Instagram, I think her formula is absolutely amazing. So I think that's great for beginners as well because you don't have to put a lot of work into blending and things like that. But what I love about all of her products with her shadows, they're just so easy to blend. They're pigmented, but they're the right amount of pigmented where it's not too much when you put it on the eyes, because sometimes that could be a mess and then you're spending forever trying to blend it out. So it's the perfect balance between pigmented but easy blendable. Now that I have my intensity to the way I like it, we're gonna grab the Rephr 01 brush and we're gonna dip into this shade right here. It's called Smoke. Super pretty, and we are going to do exactly what it says, smoke. So I'm just gonna dip a little bit and I'm going to focus this more on the outer corner of the lid. And I'm just gonna stamp it until I get majority of the product down. And then I'm gonna go in little circular motions, kind of into the crease, but still keeping it kind of tucked on this outer portion. So once you have that section stamped, I'm just gonna go back in and pack a little bit more on because I do want this to be a little bit more of a smokier glam look. And I'm just going to, while I'm blending it in the little circular motions, I'm gonna lightly move up and through the crease. I wanted to make sure that the majority of the shadow was placed here, and the softer that it becomes, we just sweep it through here just to give a little bit more shade. But again, I want most of the pigment right here. Now I have the intensity built to the way I want it. So I'm gonna grab this Rephr 02 brush and we are going to dip into this shade right here. It's called Center Lid, and it's like a really pretty soft champagne gold. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dip in dry, and I'm just gonna go and stamp it right on the eye. You can use this shade wet. You could cut the crease before you lay this down if you want a little bit more of an intense look. You guys know I like my looks to be a little bit more on the softer side, even if we are a little bit more dramatic. So now we're gonna go in with one of my favorite parts, and that's my smoky liner. So I'm gonna be using the Sigma E21 brush, and we're gonna go right into that lash line color. And I'm just going to give it a nice smoky wing like I usually do. And what we're gonna do is just pack it right along the lash line first. And then we're just going to kind of sloppily push it outwards. I'm really just trying to make sure that I have it saturated along the lash line because I really want that smokiness to come through. Now when it comes to the wing, I said sloppily because we're about to clean it up. So I'm just going to take a little cotton round like I always do. Just take a little bit of oil or a primer if you have that. And then we're just going to clean up right up underneath the eye, get a nice sharp wing. And now you have the perfect liner. So we're gonna leave the eyes alone for a minute and jump to the face. And I'm really excited because I'm gonna be using a couple new products that I have not used on YouTube, and we're gonna be using them today. So one of the first products that I'm gonna be using is this Dominique CosmeticsxJadey Wadey. I'm also an esthetician, so I'm obsessed with skin. So I really like using products that are going to not only be great for my makeup, but also my skin. And there was a lot of good ingredients that this had, so I had to try it. I've been using it nonstop for about a month now. And I truly like this. Super soft, hydrating, makes the skin feel so good. Your makeup sits so well on it. And the smell of it is truly heaven. It's got this beautiful cucumber scent, so I feel like I'm at a spa. For foundation, I'm going to be using a new product, which I'm also excited to show and share with you guys today. It is the Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer by Colourpop. Unfortunately, I won't be wearing it by itself today because I have a color that's too light. When I ordered it, I thought it was going to be dark enough, and it looks like it would be, but on the skin, it does come a little bit lighter. And plus me being in the salon and me self-tanning everything, I need to just pick up something a little bit darker. So I'm going to be mixing it with my Vanish foundation. This is in the shade Light Beige. These two together, true dream. Now what I love about the tinted moisturizer on its own, it truly is a beautiful tinted moisturizer. It leaves your skin looking exactly like your skin, just leaves a small tint of pigment behind just to help to even the skin tone. So when you mix this with a foundation, it helps to sheer down the foundation a little bit, and especially a foundation like this, which is super full coverage, I can now get a sheer to medium coverage out of these two together. So really love having something like the tinted moisturizer to be able to mix it in with my foundations if I wanted to sheer it out just a little bit more. Even when I'm doing my full glam makeup looks, I still like to keep more of a medium coverage on the skin. I really like the skin to look like skin. So that's exactly what this gives me. By the way, I feel like I did not say the name for this, and I got it in Light 8N. So I want to try a little bit darker, but this would be a really good color for me during the winter. For concealers, we're going to mix a couple. I'm going to go back in with the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Light Beige. I'm just going to hit around the nose, chin. I have a couple little acne blemish scars from some spots that have been healing. And then another new product, I'm just shooting some new products at you guys. It's the concealer from the Pretty Fresh line. And this is in shade Light 45W. And so this is definitely a little bit brighter for me. So I'm just gonna pop it right here, here, and there. Now I'm just gonna take my beauty blender just to get a really soft blend, make sure everything looks very airbrushed. Again, I really like that the skin looks like skin. This concealer is also bomb. I've been using it for about a month as well because I got them at the same time. Truly enjoying this. I do want to pick up the other foundation from the Pretty Fresh line. I had a couple people tell me it's amazing, so that's definitely next on the list. Now to add a little color to the face, we're going to go in with the Fenty Cream Bronzer in the shade Macchiato. Love this. I'm going to go in with my Rephr 04 brush, and we are just going to go ahead, warm everything up, and this will help too, just in case if the foundation was a little bit lighter than I wanted it to. This will help with the color. I really love how all of these products that I'm using for the skin just make your skin look like skin, and I think that's so important. I know everybody has like their own little style of makeup and how they like to wear their makeup, but skin-like is always and will always be my favorite, and so these products all just really work so well together in keeping that integrity of your skin, and I just think that's so important. I love that. Now we're going to start setting the under eye. So I'm going to go in with the RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to do a really thin light set before I go in with the Beauty Blender. I really like doing this because it just helps to give a really nice even base for when I pack the powder up in this area. I have allergies. My makeup tends to wear faster right there, so I like to just add a little extra on with the Beauty Blender, and I think just that little mix of doing it like that with the brush and the beauty blender gives you really nice smooth application. While that's just sitting there, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Flawless Powder in the shade 2. For my first layer of bronzer, we're gonna go in with the Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer from Physicians Formula. And we're just gonna go ahead and warm up all the areas, cheeks and all. For a little extra added sculpt, we're gonna go in my Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow and just go ahead, chisel the cheeks just a little bit more, because again, this is a glam look. So I want it to be a little, just a little extra. Now let's get to glowing. So same palette, the Charlotte, we're gonna go in with the Morphe 510 brush. And I'm just gonna glow up the face. I love how beautiful, natural this highlighter is. I can't stop using it. I've been using it for so long. Every time I go to something else, I just always go back to this. It's just, like I said, it's natural. And I love the naturalness, skin-like finish it gives. For blush, we're gonna bring back an oldie, but a goodie, my Lorac Prism blush. If you guys are OGs and you've been here since I started my channel, I only wore this blush in like every single video because it's just so good. I'm gonna take my Rephr 05 brush and just dot it right on the cheeks. Love a nice blush-filled cheek. So I'm just gonna saturate those. I'm obsessed with this color too because I feel like it really goes with any look. If you're going for a cooler look or a warmer look, it really just looks good for all. Now that the face is complete, I'm going to jump off and do my brows and lashes off camera. We'll do some finishing touches up on the eyes and we'll do the lip together. Okay, so we're almost done and I need to get some new lash glue because these are hanging on by like a thread. Like I'm pretty sure I could just, I can't, but you get it. So now let's finish up the eyes. I'm gonna go in with the Sigma E27 brush and we're gonna go into that blend shade that we used earlier. And I'm just gonna coat the bottom lashes. I don't think I'm gonna do anything to them. I've been really leaving the bottom lashes alone. I just like the look of them not being touched. I feel like it helps soften a smokier glam look if you didn't want to go too heavy with it. But you could definitely smoke this up if you'd want to. I'm like, should I not? No, I'm not gonna do it. Now I want to add a couple other shades that we did not use here today and put it on the eyes. So one being this guy right here, which is the inner corner. I haven't really done a bright inner corner highlight in a while. So I'm just gonna pop this bad boy. Ooh, that is gorgeous. Feels like butter. So that just kind of helps to make that pop just a little bit. Super pretty. And then, you know, I never really do brow bone highlights anymore because I feel like mine just sometimes has like a natural sheen to it. But I'm going to go in with the shade Brow Bone and I'm going to grab this Rephr 13 brush just slightly because I don't really do it too often anymore. But just to give it a little extra something. But that's really pretty too. Now let's add the lip so we can finish off the look. And I'm going to be using another new product. This is from Gerard Cosmetics. This is their lip liner. Now I've been super familiar with their lip glosses and lipsticks throughout the years, but I never got a lip liner. They have sales all the time. So I was like, you know what? Let's just grab a few and see if we like them. In love. So the lip color that I'm going to be using today is Sugar and Spice. Super creamy. This kind of reminds me of the KKW lip liners. This you just get a little bit more product with it. And then I'm going to be using the MAC lipstick in the shade HoneyLove. And now we have a lip color that is not a warm nude. This combo is so pretty. You guys know I'm always in my super nudes or my warm nudes. This though, I like this one. But this concludes our nice glam moment. Loving these tones. I really haven't done a neutral, cooler tone in so long. I've been so addicted to warm looks, as a lot of people in the beauty community, because the industry just keeps pumping out everything warm. But I'm so glad that this came in at the time that it did. It's just a beautiful, timeless palette. Like, this to me reminds me of like true makeup, like growing up. Like, these were the tones, and I love that there's just a variation of a beautiful tones where you can have it as a light, summery, soft day to something super smoky. You can really just create any type of look with this. So absolutely love this. But let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this palette. If you personally thought about getting it, if you haven't seen it yet, if this made you want to get it. I'm a huge Natasha Denona fan, so I'm so glad that I have this added to my collection, and I'm going to be using this a lot more. We did a super full look today, but I definitely want to keep playing with it to get softer looks for every day, and I don't know, I'm so obsessed with this right now, which is so weird to say because like I said, I've been so into warms with everything, but when I think about me starting out in the beauty community, this is what my looks used to look like almost 10 years ago. It was always the cool tones, the cool lips. So I'm excited to have this. But it feels good to be back. I know I was gone for a little bit, but I'm here now. I'm going to be adding a lot different content to my channel too, just to kind of spice it up a little bit so it's not just the same stuff over and over again. But of course it'll be a lot beauty, but a little bit more into some other things as well. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all my videos if you guys like to see more. And that's all I have for you guys today. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.